Hello, this is my pitch document. The name is Tom Clancy's Rebellion. My name is Hikam. The premise of the game is where a platoon of the United States Special Forces Army, which was sent to Argentina, an unexpected explosion to the helicopter Alex's platoon, which brought catastrophe to his teammates. But he was the only one who survived. The media and the government of the US decided to blackmail him and blamed him for the explosion, which he turns out to be a wanted fugitive. He was then forced to fight for his own survival and his way back to the country, to the US. And the other platoons and squads of the United States Special Forces soldiers were brought there to find and force him back home. Alex will be going through many challenges on the journey home because there are many soldiers on the lookout for him. He's known to be experienced in sniping skills, although they are very limited sniping opportunities because of the ammo, which will be given at different points of the game. The game will include and will always be in a stealth gameplay, so the players will have to be very quiet and very smart and intelligent of making their way to certain points in the game and through different maps. The biggest challenge of the game are natural disasters where storms and hailstorms will be in the game and it can occur anytime in the journey, and the player will be forced to make decisions to save himself from dying or captured and brought back to US. The theme for the game is battle for survival. The player fights against opponents to survive through the whole story of the game. So, like most of the games nowadays, the player has to be quick in making decisions, in deciding where to go and where not to go, what to do in a specific time. You need to be fast, you need to react fast when there are enemies. And the violence in the game where fighting is involved, and fighting itself, the player needs reflections, and they need a quick reaction timing. Good versus evil is where obviously good is referring to Alex. He didn't do anything wrong, but is blamed for the evil are the ones who are against him for maybe no apparent reason. Love, where the emotions of the character will be shown because one of the main reasons why he would want to go back to the US is because of his family. Because whenever these kind of things happen, your family is usually lost and don't know what's happening. So he wants to go back and tell them the whole story, his side of the story, and why it turned out this way. Man vs. Nature includes natural disasters, as I said earlier in the premise. Racing simulation. In this game, Alex will need to drive. Won't be very long, but it gives him something different to the game, especially its stealth game, where Alex will need to drive from point A to point B, and he needs to evade tactical or military attack against him because he's a wanted man and many soldiers are against him. They need to find him and bring him back to the US. Stealth, where secrecy comes into place. It doesn't need to be said much because stealth is much more to being tactical and being secretive and being quiet while in the game. First person and third person perspective. It's a modern world, and also one soldier turned rebel against the US Army. The target platforms for the game is Xbox 360 and PS3. These two platforms have been the main platform for 6 years, which is quite long, and it would make sense to put the game into these two platforms because most, if not all, consumers of the gaming market have at least an Xbox 360 or PS3. If not, they have a PC, but the PC has piracy issues, and target platforms in the Xbox 360 and PS3, these two platforms are quite stable enough to run a good game. Gameplay is where the player can kill a maximum of 5 enemies at once using Eliminate, which is a function or type of gameplay which allows Alex and three other teammates, where in the game it's possible for the player to, let's say, recruit up to 3 people in the game, and that's where Eliminate will be more interactive, because at one point of time you can be in a map. There are, let's say, 5 enemies, and all the 4 players that are in the game can split themselves up into different areas and allow them to kill up to 5 enemies together, which makes it more interactive in a tactical gameplay. And another one is taking cover from enemies, which is always there for stealth games. Interchangeable view of first person and third person view, which is something different for stealth games, because stealth games are usually third person perspective, but this one is more to letting the player live the first person view in a stealth game, because it's not always there and it's something different. It's like Battlefield but Splinter Cell. It will feature different pistols, machine guns, and only one customized semi-auto sniper rifle, which gives something different for a stealth game, especially because stealth games could have sniper rifles, but it usually is more to combat and pistol or submachine gun or machine gun type of gameplay. And in this game, the sniper rifle ammo is not that, it's limited, to say the least, and it makes the game much more interesting and it's more challenging in the sense. The unique selling points of the game is the player's ability to camouflage for a limited time, like Metal Gear Solid. It gives a different choice of stealth. Player can stealth from one point to another without being seen by walking fast, or in other way they can camouflage to prevent the enemies from seeing. There are more than 2 players in this game, which is different from many tactical shooter games or stealth games. Usually there are up to 2 players. And there are different environments involved in the game, like storms, hailstorms, something like that. Yeah. So it gives different choices and different happenings in the game, which makes the game much more interesting than most shooter games. Thank you.